What ducked up thing did you do as a kid? Pooped my pants when I was like 5. Didn't want to tell anyone. So I dropped it in the heater duct in my room. House got sold and we moved away not long after. Unrelated. Nice surprise to the new owners. My old man had a house where one room above the garage always had a weird, sticky smell in winter. One day he had to dismantle the ducting in the garage to get at something in the ceiling. There was one point in the duct where it U'd around a beam. When he took that down, they got a good whiff of the source of the smell. Apparently the former owner hamster guinea pig had escaped into the duct and got trapped in the U. When the heating came on, it was blowing the smell of decaying hamster into the bedroom above. Edit asked my old man about the critter. Apparently it was a guinea pig, not a hamster. I used to pee on my brother's bed in the morning so I would get first crack at video games or TV while he helped clean up his mess. Update: I did not pee on my brother. I used to make sure that I was peeing away from him and on top of the covers. This occurred just a couple of times, probably coinciding with some video game we rented for the weekend. I'm sure my parents were aware something was off about the whole thing, but they never let on and now don't recall being suspicious of me. I've told the story to my family and we laugh about it now. My brother doesn't recall wetting the bed at that age. I am sorry for what I did. It was selfish action, but watching him playing video games wrong was very frustrating as a kid. Thank you for the shower of gold, kind strangers. Wow, this one really made it under the radar. This is some supervillain origin story ship. I was absolutely terrible to the first man my mom dated after she and my father split. Really terrible. I once told the man, in the middle of dinner and apropos of nothing, that I hated him and hoped he died in a car wreck on the way home. Said calmly, with a straight face, that man did nothing wrong. Was always good to me. I still feel terrible about it more than 20 years later. Did you apologize to him? I did. Ran into him at a gas station years later and told him how sorry I was for being such an awful little ship to him. How hard did you run into him? 83 miles per hour. When I was 5, I had hair down to my axe. I was tired of my mom brushing it, so I cut it all off and peed on it in a bucket. When I was 5, I had hair down to my axe. I was tired of my mom brushing it, so I cut it all off. Understandable, a lot of us would have done the S2 and peed on it in a bucket. Okay then. On 1991, after seeing Mike Tyson getting arrested on the news, I asked my dad what rape was, and he told me it meant hurting a girl. So you can picture 7 to 8-year-old me running to the teacher to say stuff like, "Teacher, come, Jack, John and George are raping Molly on the playground," or threatening my classmates with rape if they were annoying me, boys included. 'Cause I thought this way I was also insulting them by calling them girls. Edit: the final straw for the teacher was when 2 kids on my classroom were fighting and I teased one of them with a sarcastic tone, "Oh, poor you. You don't like getting raped?" The teacher ran towards me. Like, "What did you just say? Asterisk, asterisk." So I explained to her, still teasing him, "Well, Ms. Sarah, he's like a girl. So we rape him instead of hitting him." I helped a Jewish kid steal a Christmas tree. He complained his family never had a Christmas tree. My cousin and I were like 7-ish or so and playing upstairs in a room by ourselves. My aunt left her sewing machine in there ready to go. We were fascinated by how fast the needle moved up and down when we stepped on the foot pedal. Then we had the idea to see who could get their finger out of the way before the needle started moving. He went, "Safe." I went, "Safe." He went. Blood shot out and screaming commenced. My friends and I were out riding out bikes and saw a dead squirrel in the road. Kid logic said picking that carcass up with some sticks, carrying it to a random front step and doing a ding-ding ditch was a good idea. About a week later we notice a for sale sign in that house. To this day I'm suspicious this poor family thought they were being targeted by some sociopath and noped the duck out of there. Maybe a resident of that house killed the squirrel and they freaked the duck out thinking it was some shamanic curse that caused the squirrel to come back. Threw 2 big bags of hamster bedding through my fan and acted like a news forecaster and acted like it was snowing and parents woke up to my room being covered in over an inch of bedding. Needless to say, I didn't own the hamster anymore. My stepmom was abusive to me, so when she'd fall asleep I'd say mean things to her hoping she'd hear it in her dreams. More stupid than ducked up. This is cute and sad. Don't worry. Karma came around to her. My older brother pissed me off, so I pissed in a super soaker. Looked at naked girls my own age because I thought that was what you were supposed to do. Sometimes I look back and think how much of my dad's life I could have ducked up by innocently doing this. I made my brother and his friends a jug of Kool-Aid with water from the toilet. One time I peed in my cousin's ear from the top bunk. The sniper. When I was in 2nd grade I said my teacher was stabbing kids with pencils. The others were brought in one at a time and questioned. This did not happen, and I remember the teacher fondly and have no idea why I did it. I had a notebook that I proceeded to fill with drawings. Each page was a scene like a comic book. It told the pictorial story of a woman getting pregnant and giving birth with graphic detail according to my 7-year-old understanding of how birth worked. She pooped the baby, didn't she? I took a dump in a plastic bag and hid it in my closet for reasons. Also used to stick my wang out between the curtains of my bedroom window after bedtime when I first started getting boners because the risk of being seen was thrilling. I lived on a busy street. Guess I was a born exhibitionist. I used to have a couple bullies in the 1st grade. One day they decided it would be a good idea to strap me to a bench and strip me, so you know what I did? I shipped my pants right then and there. They never bothered me again. I don't know if it would be considered ducked up, but my brother and I made homemade darts drum push pins, the pins used to hold dress shirts at stores, and would throw them at each other. They would stick in our skin and wiggle, and we would laugh our butts off. I tried to poison my mom's boyfriend. I was probably around 11. I had one of those science kits from the Scholastic book fair. I took the citric acid and dumped the whole container into his drink. He sipped it and just said, "This tastes like ship," and dumped it out, lol. When I was around 7 I shipped in a cup and gave it to my brother, who was in high school, to eat it, and told him it was chocolate popcorn. Long story short, he did not eat it. My friend and I ripped and stole pages out of a neighbor's Cosmo that had pictures of boobs. I think it might have been for breast self-exams. We were 10-year-old girls at the time and got totally busted by my parents. That same friend and I got into a different neighbor's trash bags after Thanksgiving and decided to sample some of their leftovers. What the actual duck? Kids are so strange. When I was in 1st grade a girl wouldn't let me in her club. So the next morning our teacher took away her sunglasses because she was wearing them during class. During recess I snuck into the classroom and placed the sunglasses in the girl's desk. Then I told the teacher when we got back that I saw her take her sunglasses back during recess. My teacher believed me. The girl denied it. The teacher pushed down her desk and the sunglasses were there. She got in trouble for not only stealing but for lying about it. No one ever found out it was me all along. And that is just one story of why I am going to heck. My parents used to peel apples because kids can have trouble swallowing and chewing the skin. I was upset I wasn't allowed it, and when they weren't looking I took the skin out of the garbage and ate it. What did you think about this video? Did you like it? Please leave some feedback in the comment section below. You can always check out my other videos for more curated content just like this. Thanks for watching. See you next time.